Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to it. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's all right. Don't even worry about it.
All right, tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink. Cause it look like you now.
One drink? All right, I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I'm going to say is brought to you by is Go Green. This is a garbage company that's been doing great things for a very long time out there in Hiram. I've been working with 89 for a minute and a half. One of the things I can do is we can get that trash away from you. So again, all you got to do is put a little bit of faith in my hands. I'm going to make sure everything happens. Now I got to go all the way up to the VV position over there. One of the things I want to make sure I do is give that service that I've been giving to all the big corporations to the little ones so we can stay at your place in a way that you would love. And all you got to do is just give me a call. Give me a personal number to make sure I take care of it. That's 770-286-7526. Hang on a second. 770-286-7526. And I will help you get that trash away. Go green. Now, I got to give back to my people that's been rocking with me for over 8 years. This man comes in the studio each and every time with this smile. Craft Medic, how you doing tonight? Big baby.
Doing good, Smooth Jeff. Things moving in the right direction.
Yeah, well, let me introduce everybody, the person that's sitting on my side. Most people don't always see him. This is actually my son, John. How you doing today?
Well, great.
There you go.
Yes. Pretty good. Well, pretty great. Pretty good. Okay.
It was good.
Pretty great. Pretty good.
There you go.
Oh, better. Yeah. You say he pretty good.
Some people be like that. All right, man. So what's been going on, Craig?
Man, just get myself refocused, man.
Okay.
Refocus for the long haul. I've been, kept a couple of projects under wrap for a few months. It's time to start stepping and striding again. So, relaunching. Saying had a vision meeting the other night.
Mm-hmm.
It was about 3 hours of just fire. Just straight heat about what is to be created, what's done. Got a new team member on the team, so everything's well, man. Everything's well. You know what I'm saying? Loving is going quite well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Hey, I never mad about that one.
No, sir. How you been, man?
So let me tell you, hot. Man, I don't know what the heck been going on. It's hot, boy.
Yes.
Stay hydrated. That's all I can tell everybody. Please stay hydrated. And then again, my blessings go out to all the ones going through all that in Texas, with the power outage and then not being able to have no power for that amount of time. And 100-degree temperature, Lord have mercy.
Every day.
Whew, my goodness. And I'm sitting in the ACs right now just trying to keep my health. Because I get out there on my motorcycle, man, and get hot. I be riding around, I be like, I can't do this. I got to bark because this is getting to be ridiculous. But again, man, trying to fight the heat, always pushing for more goals. So I noticed I accomplished a lot of them. Now I have to start sitting down and put more on my plate.
Yeah.
I'm never really ever going to be happy with just that, but it gives me things to drive towards.
Absolutely.
So I think that's big in my life.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight, son?
Great. Yeah. Doing great. Doing good. Okay. Like to hear that.
We want you to stay on 4 doors, though. We don't want you to stay on motorcycles. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4 doors, big time.
Yeah, okay.
Two
Just
wheels.
imagine 4 doors around me, because that ain't
2 wheels is not enough. Four wheels makes the game right.
More safety.
Yeah.
People don't understand. We do a lot.
Yeah.
So, I'm not gonna do it with it.
So I'm saving from going through some more.
Yeah.
Right.
It's time I probably come out
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Hey, only thing I can tell you is
You're a father.
no fear
You're a
here.
father. It's
No
not
fear
about,
here.
it's not about fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got no fear.
It's bigger than fear
Okay.
because you're a great person. So be great.
I'll ride greatly.
And listen, because every time that you say you ride great, that wasn't great.
No.
I wasn't great. That sidewalk jumping,
Yeah.
the other one we ain't gonna talk about. You got an award for it.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about that.
All right.
Frog.
The only thing he's talking about is, again, I had some high speed issues. And again, with some of that, one of the things I can say is maturity had to come along. I was a need for speed freak. I was a person that had to go out there and max everything out. And now I'm getting to a point that's not necessary. So now you'll see me cruising. But again, I had to change that up, but I lived enough to know what I wanted to change. That's what I love about riding now compared to what I did before. I don't ride, son. But again, when you grow up and get out of that immature to get mature, you'll change your way. And that's what life brings. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't care what doors it is. 2 doors, 4 doors. So I don't have to go so
What happened last time with that eye?
because at that
You
time,
jumped on that sidewalk. What you do?
I mean, again, when I was out there doing things, I was wild. I can't stay that way. I'm more mature.
So on a cruiser bike, why are you doing that? Not on a cross bike.
Because I still had it in. The bike didn't change me.
I think what you're hearing is a little young wisdom and some old wisdom.
That's right.
Right. And there comes a time in life where you have to find a way to satisfy your sense of self.
Oh, yes.
And for others, it may mean taking risks. For others, it may mean doing things that they wouldn't do. But there just comes a moment where you got to really get into what you like, what you want, and it may cost you. There may be a price to pay on some levels, but if you're not satisfying the self, who are you satisfying? Right? Who are you satisfying? I think a great way to introduce ourselves. This is Bar Talk with Jay.
Yes.
My name is Craft Matt. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the building.
And we got Smooth. Yeah, we got John. We got some Smooth Jay's son in the house tonight. His oldest son, and
I'm his youngest son.
youngest son. Okay, I keep getting y'all mixed up, right?
Rock the old.
Yeah, Rock the old son. So we got family in the house, and that's where you heard all that deliberation. Son caring for his father. The father trying to explain some things to his son.
Okay.
And that's just what we do here on Bar Talk is explanation and understand. It's just about having a nice dialogue. And in the midst of that dialogue, there's some wisdom that will come out that will inspire us all. Sometimes it inspires us to do more. Sometimes it inspires us to do less. But the point of the matter is, as you're experiencing the inspiration, we want you to make some really powerful decisions about what you're going to do going forward in your life. And we're going to be talking about the deepest part of love today. Let's talk about matrimony, marriage. The topic for tonight is, should you get married?
Mm-hmm.
Why get married? I think that's a topic for everybody, right? Because there's so much that goes into that. And I got an opening for us here once we do our prayer. But I want y'all to stay engaged, find some nuggets to take home with you tonight. And again, we just want to thank you for being a part of our team and part of our show. This means a lot to us because it's just our opportunity to be leaders in the community. And we're glad that you're here. And you know as well as we all do, we always start off with a prayer. So let's go ahead and open the door and share this message with the Lord tonight.
Yes.
Heavenly Father, we come into your presence just to thank you for all that you are in our life, to thank you for your wisdom and your grace and your understanding, to thank you for your favor and all that you are and all that you do in our life. We're asking, Heavenly Father, that you would inspire us tonight in the ways and the means of marriage.
Yes.
Why does one get married? Why does one refrain from getting married? Give us some understanding, Lord, and some details as to what the criteria is to accept marriage into your heart and even into your life. Give us some right understanding and some right action. Give us some thoughts, Lord, that would get us all closer to the idea of love. We all have the notion of love that is the center of marriage, but sometimes we see something otherwise. Show us what we are looking at and show us, Lord, how to think about these things. And we just ask that you would be here in this show to do your good and perfect work. Pray this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh man, ain't oh you did that. I was just listening and just reading with that alone because that's again what drives you to fast.
Yeah.
Because you have to pray over it. You have to do a lot more than just want it.
Well, that's an interesting comment because there are people who seemingly enter into the whole idea of marriage without a lot of contemplation. It feels right.
Right.
And you should do what feels right. I think in your spirit, if it feels good, if it feels, if it feels inspired, if it feels like, you got the right notion about it, that you should dive in and go forward. Well, how do you feel about that, Jay?
No. I really like to say it's like I had feelings at a certain times, and then it wasn't right for me. Because again, a feeling is just one of the things that I like to say can drive you in position that you might get yourself in trouble. Because again, just because it feels good doesn't mean that's all it is. And I like to say marriage is a lot of complicated things that goes along with it. So I have to get just past some feelings and really make sure this is the right one for me. How I'm gonna know that is knowing me and knowing I'm already kind of happy. Okay. And if I see that she's kind of happy in a lot of her different ways, and we get along in a way that we kind of doing natural things together, then I say, that's a stepping stone to building a better relationship. When I just base it off of one thing, later on, that one thing might not be strong enough to keep us together. And a lot of times people base things off of sex. And when you base it just off of sex, you're going to probably be disappointed because there's more to it than that. Some people just do it off of religion. Okay. But the other person don't share the same value. Feel me? So that can push you away. But again, these are the things that we can actually take the time to date and find out before we always take this step. Because once you get into that agreement, okay, and that's what we used to always talk about. That's like a blood covenant, right? Forever to death. That's why they say that. So it's very important for us to make sure that we are suited, okay? And we're suited up to be able to go down this journey. I'm not against that, even though I was married and divorced. I'm not against it. I'm more now kind of not quick to just jump into it because of what I've been through. I really feel like I've been through a lot, but my whole thing was to get healed too. Why am I jumping into something I wasn't healed? A lot of times people would be like, well, you was married 17 years. How long do it take to heal? Shit, when did I really focus on healing? I ran from that hurt for a long time before I ever got healed. I went out and I tried to do other things to ignore pain that I did not want to bear. But now that I have looked at it and I faced it and let it go, it's a weight off my shoulder. But it's not one that I'm always looking to get back on. All right? That because I have to get past that past, that hurt. I have to get to a point where I see somebody for what they're bringing me, not what I've been. I can't judge them by my past all the time. I have to actually look for a future. And when they show me great things and they see in me, it makes me get back to that feeling of, yes, this is a person I want to ride with the rest of my life. So again, I'm not against marriage. I'm really for it. I just really sadly say a lot of people are getting into it. They're not lasting. And they be in our DMs. I got a lot of people that ask us a lot of questions about marriage. Y'all single, why ain't y'all married? Because again, I was. Don't talk about me just because you feel like you know. Half the time you will never know my struggles. You don't even know where I live. So quit acting like you know me. You don't know my address, you don't know me. Because everybody don't know how to get to me. Y'all just see me. And I do this because I want y'all to hear us in a way that y'all have a stronger reunion. And again, marriage is the strongest reunion you can have for a person.
Yeah, and there's some things about marriage that you just have to experience to understand. you're not going to understand it prior to marriage. And some realities that will come to the surface that some of these realities may free you, some of these realities may change you, but they are realities, and they have a tendency to hinder a lot of relationships from going forward. They have a tendency, these things, and we're going to talk about some of those in a little bit. Jay mentioned the idea at the beginning of the show. Why should you get married? And when you've already been married, you know the struggles, you know the fight, you know many things about the road, and you may decide that that's not the road you want to take again. And even in my world, my marriage was beautiful. There you go. It was beautiful for 9 years. It was a beautiful marriage. The last year it fell apart. I couldn't hold it together. Probably one of my greatest regrets to date, though, because if I would have fought harder, I could have held it together. I could have held my family together. And so my family broke up because of me. And I have to swallow that pill every single day. Not a pill I'm really interested in taking again, which is why I have not remarried. To commit to someone forever is a mighty long time.
Long time.
And here's one of the things I think about when I think about marriage.
What's that?
We all have a mother, father, brothers, sisters, and cousins, and aunties. These are people who are attached to us for life, whether we want them to be or not. And we don't get along with them. So how is it we're going to meet somebody 20, 25, 30 years into our life and expect that they're going to be the one person that we can spend an eternity with? See, we've never been taught how to have a lifetime relationship. No one has ever inspired us. And to be honest with you, I don't think I've seen in the world a lifetime relationship where people just operate and co-mingle, and they just stay there forever in the same zone with the same person, the same personality, the same activities, the same home, the same life, the same lifestyle for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. What we see in long-term marriages is that these two people stay together because they're married, but they don't like each other for more than half of the relationship, right? That's a human thing that we just can't seem to put a finger on, right? That we can't seem to grip what that is underneath the surface of that. But we know that people been married 40 years. They'll tell you they spent 15, 20, 25 of that 40 years not staying in each other, sleeping in separate bedrooms, not having dinner together, separate bank accounts, separate, vacations. They whisper about each other to the mamas and the grandmamas, and there's beef amongst them because they may have had some challenges in the relationship, and then you share those challenges with your mother or your sister. Now, mother and sister ain't letting go of that beef. You done forgiven and gone back, but mom and sister still mad with them, and will oftentimes pull you away from that love as well. Right? These are some of the realities, and again, I'm explaining what they are, but you really can't put a finger on what's underneath the surface of it. I have analyzed marriage many times, and what I come up with is that the world seems to think marriage is like this, right? We're tied, we're bonded together, we're supposed to be one. But isn't this stifling? Doesn't this mean you have to do what I want you to do and I have to do what you want me to do? And there's no growth. What about a marriage like this where two people are able to grow together, right? The two people are still able to honor each other's individuality. I think those marriages work well. A marriage where you have two folks who are laser focused on their purpose and their passion, they can come together and share all kinds of good things. Right? And then they leave each other for 12, 14 hours a day, go do their business, go do their life, and have an opportunity to miss each other. Right. And then when they come back together, they come back together with stories, and they come back together with, fun loving, maybe even something that will draw them closer. But I think we need to understand that a marriage doesn't solve all of your interpersonal problems.
I think it's time where we
You know what I
find
mean?
out with the young people.
Yeah,
City.
it's not gonna solve if you're a lonely person, if you're a mean person, if you are a needy person, if it's not gonna solve that. Marriage is somebody coming into your life, it's not going to solve those issues for you. You have to be whole and complete before you enter into any relationship. You go into any relationship leaning on the shield too much, you're gonna push people away from you.
I agree.
Right? So John, tell me what you think. And John has entertained the idea of matrimony.
Yes, he is.
And we wondering what the hell wrong with you. What you going through, man? What makes a man get up? What makes a man say, I'm interested in marriage? Please enlighten us, my brother.
Well, first off, it takes one person that you deal with so he can help you to go through that. Okay, just like just like that's I guess we're gonna go a little out, but I see this before. You know what I'm saying? I've been through this. I'm not saying I've been through it, but I see it. Saying, but I won't never let my people be like, "Whoa, you want?" No, we gonna grow. We gonna keep going because this is what's planned for us. You know what I'm saying? He crazy.
Of course.
We ain't worried about him. No.
But what made you feel like she's the one?
Yeah.
What now?
All the
What? Okay.
What's special about this?
What?
What's the unique attributes that are coming at you right now that you are loving, you are enjoying, you appreciate?
I love everything my girl do. Besides, it's things that she could do if I don't. That later on. I still love because at the end of the day, we still talk, we still understand, and we still keep growing and going. It's not a day that we'll take off and not understand what we doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all ever have argument?
We have a million arguments, but guess what I tell her all the time? We're not going to bed mad. We're not going to bed sad. We're going to sit here. We're going to figure it out. Because at the end of the day, we're in love, right? So therefore, this love is going to conquer and keep going. So we're going to figure this out.
We're gonna figure it out.
Every time.
Is love enough?
Is love enough? No, because sometimes it takes affection. Sometimes it take other things. I ain't gonna get into all that.
Yeah, let's get into all that. Because
You know.
no. It's not an abstract thing. It's something that we need to talk about. And if you have some wisdom that we don't, we got to pull it out of you. What are those other things?
The things that get you going and make you be like, yes, this will one. But there's gonna be some things that make you mad.
See, here's the thing, right?
Look. You get mad for what? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30.
And here's the things.
You need to fix yourself. You need to fix yourself because it's times where it might be something she did small. And why you taking 30 minutes to fix it? Well, it take 5 minutes. It take 5 minutes for you to fix it. Well, not even better.
Depending on what it is.
Right now, I'm just saying. Sometimes, some situations, it takes 5 minutes for you to fix whatever's going on. It take off. Like you just told me about, give it 2 minutes to do whatever. It take 2 minutes. Shit, you got a minute. Like, let's get it out the way.
To give you that is I heard them going back and forth. And I said, well, let's play a game. This game is called the 2-minute game. You got 2 minutes to say whatever is on your mind, and the other person cannot interrupt. Then that person takes a minute to take in what you say, and then they got 2 minutes, but you cannot interrupt. But you can completely hear what they're saying. So a lot of time arguments is you're going back and forth over each other and you're not hearing each other. I want you to take time to hear each other because it's easier to see what the real problem is, but it's hard when you get in your feelings. Because again, you care for this person. Now this person is upset with you and they're talking to you. And sometimes we feel like we're not respected. When you start feeling disrespect, you kind of shut down. You know what I'm saying? I really don't want them to shut down. I want them to hear each other so they can make a better resolution of how to solve it. I can't be the one to tell them how. That's why it was uncomfortable just doing it in front of me because it's information they ain't want me to hear. I get that. I shouldn't be in the midst of their relationship, but I am a person that's going to guard my child the best I can while he's still single. Once he's married, he is free from me, but he can always talk to me if there's issues, but not just to bring them to me. You feel? Because y'all are one. Was in that household, stays really in that household, but I'm that person that if you still need your daddy, you call your daddy. Your daddy always gonna be here, even though I'm not gonna be in the midst of all y'all stuff. Because I want y'all to improve. And arguing to me is hard to get anything really done. And I just don't like it because I've done it.
But there are going to be disagreements.
Always.
And there are going to be disagreements that you are unwilling to change or shift on. So at what point do you let go? At what point do you change? Do you change because she's really upset about the thing? Or do you change because you don't want her to be mad anymore? Or do you change because do you not change, but you just say you're gonna change, and then if you be mad about it,
So if she basically saying that, do you really love her?
I don't think that's the answer.
No, don't be honest with you. Do you really love her? Because if you don't, then you won't care. You wouldn't care the changes. You wouldn't care what goes on. But if you actually in love with her, you're gonna try to figure out what's going on because that's what you want.
Okay, watch this. That works for the first round,
And it works for the second round.
and it works for the third round.
You know what I'm telling
But I'm gonna tell you, at a certain point, you were like, we done had this conversation,
you?
and that started 10 years ago.
Does that mean
But you ain't listening.
that means clearly y'all are bumping heads and y'all get it right, or do y'all need to be left? Can you get it right, or do you need to be left? Because that's relationships. That's what you're talking about right now.
And
Do you
that's
need to get it right, or do you just need to be left?
And what
Because
is
what
that?
you're saying is, I tried it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it never worked. We can't work, so we have to go left.
listen,
Baby, I'm sorry.
that's
I
why
get somebody else.
50% or more of relationships are failing.
For that reason right there.
And don't you be a statistic talking this Lord right
I'll
now,
be honest.
because
Fool. Because I understand it and we see it every day.
What does somebody do?
Every marriage right now, they say that they shit down. It's not up, it's down.
yeah.
That a marriage right now,
So
goes well.
I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that people still love each other. They still love each other,
Right.
but love is not enough.
I think a lot of people
It's gonna
pay attention to social media too much.
It's gonna take some understanding.
Social media too much.
But listen, these
You worry
statistics,
about what the next people and the next people are doing besides what you're doing.
these statistics
You're not
are
worried about what you're
around
doing.
way before
If I spend more time doing what I need to do, I can make my relationship better. But if I can sit my ass on this phone for 5 hours and worry about what everybody else doing in life, then I have a problem. Because I'm not doing what I need to do. Because guess what? In 5 hours, I bet she asked you to do something. I bet you need to do something. What are you doing? Because 5 hours of spent on social media, you are giving the world too much. And them folks don't give a damn about you. And that's the real shit. It is. You get a world, everything, and tell them folks, this what we doing. For what? Sometimes I like keep sometimes my relationship private. I don't do too much. I don't post too much. My girl, who she is, she come around. What up? We don't have to do all that. Because at the end of the day, people post stuff to have accountability. I'm straight on that. If that ain't yours, shit, well, you got a problem. You got a problem. You can spend 24 hours trying to deal with a person and she ain't never love you.
She done never loved you.
She ain't never love you. She ain't never want you. And you can spend 24 hours. Shit, his niggas doing it.
They're doing it. Why are they doing it?
Well, the only thing they wanted was somebody beside it.
That's interesting. So you mean to tell me that there are people who stay in marriages because they just want to be somebody to be beside them?
They don't never want to be alone.
And so they'll take all kinds
They
of
will
bullshit.
take everything that's going because they don't want to be alone.
And that's not
That's called failure.
that's not a reason to get married. And it's not a reason to stay.
I'm gonna marry my thing, what I'm doing,
Right?
Sure.
Right. We don't want to paint no false fallacies here because we believe that somebody's life is going to be changed as a result of this show.
Hey, I'm marrying my girl and that's straight. I ain't sure. It ain't about none of that.
So let me ask you this, John. How old are you now?
I'm 33.
33 years old. Probably would have had 2, 3 good, maybe long-term healthy relationships by that age.
I ain't even had that money though.
So my question is, you ain't had none of that.
There we go.
Why not?
Because I ain't want to. Man, I'm not finna go into deep depth on these shows because she ain't finna put me out there.
I mean, we trying, you ain't got to tell your story. Just tell a story. This one,
Look,
say though.
look, what you got? I said I'm gonna marry my girl. That's all. That's all. I ain't trouble. We ain't going into that depth.
Okay, well, we on the show here talking about marriage, and so we got to have some dialogue.
And I just told you.
And so it ain't about you; it's about why get married. Why?
Okay, so
Why not get married?
why would I get married?
Yes.
So when I wake up and I do whatever I do, I call upon the person. And when I call upon this person, they make my day better. They make it great. They make it good. And I make theirs better, great, and good too. What do you mean?
And that's
all we have to do.
That's a reason. That's a reason to love them.
And that's a reason to stay together. Because at the end of the day, when you stay together, that's why you gonna get married.
Yeah.
And we together, what the hell is up? I ain't look 30.
So
I got 3.
it ain't no
What we
being.
doing?
It ain't no being together unless you marry.
You know, fuck, I want to just keep being together for.
Because that's all you need is to be together. You don't need marriage. You think you need marriage.
No, I won't dig in and let me make shit myself. So, well, listen, if you feel like this ain't no disrespect, but if you feel like you just need to be with somebody, be with them, shit, that's what you want to do. I want to do something different. I will show something different. And shit, I seen my folks be married before, and till I turned down little 18, 20. And that's when they ended it. Who cares? No one cares about that. But we want to go bigger. So I will show that I'm going to grow on that because I'm a man and I should give a woman what she should deserve. And I'm going to do what my folks and shit. I'm not saying this is what they want to do, but I'm going to do something big. Because at the end of the day, it's what I was shown. I'm not like people that say that I don't have 2 parents. I can't say that. I had 2 parents that was married. Remember that? Married. So I'm going to uplift that. Marriage, everything else. Yeah, I'm going to uplift that. I'm not with the people that say, oh, well, my folks went. That's your problem. That's your problem. Yeah, I was married. And they raise me right.
Yeah.
And it gets better.
And
Because they still great friends, even after the voice and I don't want to hear people talk about you shouldn't be married. Why you shouldn't?
And what
Because you should give a person everything out of you.
all the
If
accolades
you
you just
want to
gave,
deal with them, why you can't give them everything out?
all the accolades you just gave,
It's not
your
about
parents, my parents, my grandparents, all the accolades, they still divorced. And what we need to do is we need to figure out why business fail, why people fall off, why business was not
Let's all want to take it back. Like I'm sure. I'm a kid on this.
Okay. Take me back.
You talking about that because women ain't finna stay with your ass when you keep doing bullshit no more.
Okay.
Oh, a lot of women stayed with the men back in the day because that's what was going on. So that's what they had to do because they had nothing else to know. It ain't no just women. I'm on the man's side too because I'm a man, so don't do that. Because women though stayed with a man because that's what was going on. The man was the provider. He was the da-da-da. But now guess what? This 2024. Well, these women gonna get the same amount of money you can.
Okay.
So shit. Did you provide or she provide? What you talking about? That's real. Is you provide or she provide? What you talking
does that matter in love?
Man, it doesn't matter in none of that because in there, if you ask love somebody, it's not about all that extra provide, but somebody gotta make the table. Somebody has to make the table. Who gonna make it? You or her?
So she
All right,
Who
then.
gonna make it in your household?
Man, who gonna? She ain't no man. So I'm a man, so that was made by me. And you're tripping.
You're gonna make
My girl,
make the table.
whatever going on, that's what I deal with.
Okay.
I don't trip. We have arguments, we have problems. We have that, we have a lot. We might have a meeting. Who cares? We get over this.
You gonna love all
Because you ain't know why?
Why?
I sit and talk to mine.
Mhm.
We'll get over mine.
Yeah.
And if we do have problems, guess what? We either gonna talk or, hey, that's the only thing you can do. Cause we ain't beating, we ain't doing none of that crazy stuff folks do out here. We don't gotta do that. You don't gotta put your hands on a woman. It's about talk to her. Talk to them.
Yeah.
One thing about it is, if you want to know what your girl doing for real, talk to her. She'll probably tell you. She'll probably tell you she unhappy, but you have to accept it. You can't be mad at her because she unhappy because you're not doing whatever you say you're supposed to be doing. You can't be mad, but you have to own up to your own bullshit. And I own up to my own. Whatever going on, I don't care. If it's wrong and I'm wrong, I own up to it.
So if I ask you this question, have you felt like you wanted to marry somebody in the past?
Yes, I wanted to marry someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad knows who that is too.
And why didn't you marry?
I didn't marry her because of family issues and other. Okay.
Family issues are real. Family issues are real. Right?
Y'all are family.
Yeah. They're real. So, and I'm only asking the question because I have to.
I like the hell out of her too.
I feel I have.
I'm not finna even let you. I loved her. I wanted to give her the best.
We know y'all wasn't enough. There had to be something.
I can't give you and do what these folks don't even install in you. These folks ain't giving you enough to even really say that you want to marry somebody. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't giving you
They're not telling you nothing. They're telling you to ask me things. I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to marry. We can't relate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take on a stone that's bigger than life.
Yeah.
And I can't do it.
And listen, every woman should be longing for a man like John. Right? Because John has a win attitude about marriage. He has this attitude like, I don't give a damn about what happened. I'm gonna love this woman. I'm gonna be with this woman. And that's the kind of person you need to be seeking out.
Yes.
I'm not that guy. I'm the guy who's gonna tell you right out front that love is not enough. And you got to come with some paper. You got to come with some action. You got to come with some giving. You got to come with some helpfulness. You got to be a team player. You got to let me know that you're on my side like I'm on your side. But I'm not going to go years of one-sidedness in a relationship again. That's why I'm not married now, because I had a lot of one-sidedness. And I started saying, okay, let me wake up to the truth. Here's what it is, Stacy. I know you love her, but the love just ain't enough. It's not going to fulfill me. The love is just not going to. I love her, but I love her enough to let her go. I love her enough. I love myself enough to let her go. And so, but some people would look at me. In fact, I've had a number of men I'm having this discussion with, and they'll say, Stacy, you sound like you're hurt. You sound like you just hurt and you haven't healed enough to get married again. No. When I ran that race, I broke my leg. I'm not gonna run that race again. And you can call me whatever you want to call me, but I got my rules just like you got your rules. And your rules might take a little more nonsense than I would take. Your rules might take you a little further down the path, down rabbit hole than I would go. But I think what we're all kind of obligated to stand on is our own principle about the subject, right? I want somebody in my life. I want somebody long term in my life, but I'm not sure that I'm going to send the pen over to the white man system and let him tell me how to manage my affairs and my monies and what's gonna happen. I don't want nobody else telling me what's gonna happen if this relationship gonna work out. That's what marriage is coming down to for me. I love you enough to put a ring on your finger. Right. But to sign that piece of paper and tell that man that he can control me if me and you don't be together, that's not good for me. And how many men are giving away? We know men who are giving away hundreds of millions of dollars because they didn't get along with a woman, no different than a broke man who didn't get along with a woman. It's the same thing. But now I'm penalized in my pocket and in my wherewithal and in my efforts and all that I have put together. I'm penalized because I signed that piece of paper. I could have loved you without the piece of paper. And it's not to say that marriage isn't a great institution.
Let's be real with a lot of the men talking about they being penalized before cheating.
No, marriage just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? We're not
Cheating, it's lost a lot.
No, that damaged. It didn't work out.
Let's put it to you like this. We gotta wrap it up. One of the things I can tell you is a lot of times they mention cheating and what's on on either side.
Man, be bad.
My whole thing is it's bigger than just the cheating. I think people just can't solve their issues. But the reason I did this show is to show the difference in ages and how we look at marriage. And I was just kind of curious because I was glad my son really came to me and said, hey, Pops, I want to get married.
That's a good thing, actually.
It did. It made me proud because he knew what he went through with him, our family.
Yeah.
But his whole thing is he wanted to do something that he wanted to do. It wasn't about me. It's him. Yeah. Now, was I tickled to death when I first heard? No, I wasn't tickled to death. My whole concern is why? As a father.
What the hell you want to do that for?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, why? Because I want to make sure your head is on straight.
Right.
Not just to do it. Right. He is a passionate person. So if that's what he want to do, I'm not going to talk out of it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want his family talking about it. But once you meet her, you can see she can be a bit much. But he can deal with it. I judge it by what I can deal with. That's not the right answer. So I'm asking you guys to give more faith to listen to your own child before you criticize or put them in a position where they won't even invite you to the wedding. I just want to make sure it's an understanding between the two of them and make sure they can make it really work. I know what his drive. He got his side. But again, you can't control the other person.
It's invited. I ain't sure.
I just want to make sure people look at marriage the best way they can and make it work because it is family. But I don't want nobody to look at this show to say, well, y'all really kind of put something down. I told my son when he came on the show, I'm not putting nothing down.
I'm putting it up.
And I'm not going to put him down. But what I am going to do is I'm going to ask questions and we're going to raise up. And that's what this show is about. So again, I let Kraft kind of talk to you a little bit more because I want an outside person to be able to talk to you because it shouldn't just be me because we're a family. Kraft is like my brother. And I think he asks great questions for the world to hear. because we all need to ask these questions. And this is what this show is about. Can you sit down and have this conversation?
Yeah, and before you should marry, you should sit down and have this conversation. We are out of time today, but we hope you have enjoyed the show. This has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Crab Panic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
Yes.
Big John in the house today. Added a tremendous amount of value. Thank you so much for being with us, John. And of course, we want to thank you folks for being here with us as well. We hope this has been inspirational. Hope you learned something, got something good out of it. We're every Thursday from 7 to 8, Facebook Live. Come back, bring your friends, family, share, subscribe. And of course, never forget that we do this because we love you. We appreciate you. And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.